been a little bit, but we're back on the grind. We're going to talk about some college stuff. Now, I want to talk about two things college-wise, and mind the non-symmetrical hair part. But the things I want to talk about today is basically friends again, because friends are very important, and also choosing a college career, which is also very important. And to start on the more educational basis, I just wanted to point out the fact that I like my opinion, I guess, knowing something that you don't want to do and just being able to cross it off the list of things that, like, for potential future careers. I feel like, in my opinion, once more, that it's a lot easier to identify what you don't want to go into than it is to what you want to go into, especially as a college student. For example, as a kid, we were really interested in these jobs like an astronaut, firefighter, police officer, and those kind of things that were a lot more broad, I guess you could say. And then as we get more into school, we find out there's a lot more narrow job expansion thing. There's a lot more jobs out there with a lot more specific titles. And so as we get into there, we're like wondering what to go into. And in my own experience, it was kind of hard. I knew I wanted something business related. I like numbers, I like math, right? And so I was like, well, businesses are cool. I like to start my own business. Okay, there's business management, there's business marketing, there's accounting, there's finance, there's agricultural business, there's all these other options, and there's even more past that, HR management and managerial accounting as well. There's all these different things that you can go into, and it's just like, which one is for me? And so a little cool thing today I've chosen marketing, and in one of my marketing classes, I could tell social media, for example. Now, this is a social media platform, YouTube, so maybe it's different depending on the platform. But as I was reading this information, I was taking these little quizzes and things like that, I realized I struggled a lot more, and I was like, well, gosh darn, I know I'm not good at this as well as I'm good at other things. So I'm like, I can cross that off my list. Basically, not that, I'm going to stay in marketing. I like that, right, a lot. But now I can focus on other things, right? Like, okay, maybe this is not my strong suit. I should still get into it and educate myself about it, because as someone who wants to go into that field, you're going to have to know about it anyways because of our digital age. But it's like something I don't need to focus on as much for me, because I just know I'm not as inclined in that position. Now, again, I'm saying it's very important to know that stuff, especially for marketing, things like that. It's very important to understand, and especially if you're bad at it, you probably should actually get into it more so you can understand it as you get into the job. But it's just kind of nice to know, okay, for example, in another sense, if I was taking two different classes, and let's just say they were classes, one was business related and one was mathematics related, and I was really struggling in math, I could be like, well, maybe in business related, I shouldn't go into accounting. I shouldn't go into managerial. Managerial accounting also includes a lot of math and these kind of things. Maybe I can go into things like, oh, hey, in my marketing class, for example, there's a lot more just concepts to understand and buyer behavior rather than all these math questions. So it's like, oh, okay, now I know I'm bad at math. Sorry, it's inverted. So I'm like, my right hand's over here. Anyways, I'm bad at math, so let me just focus on business aspects that don't involve a lot of math. Boom, I've just canceled out some of these finance, accounting, managerial accounting sort of avenues I could have taken, but now I'm like, oh, okay, I'm not so good at that. I can do something else. So that's what I mean. But anyways, that stuff's pretty cool. And just real quick, want to get into some of this friend stuff. Maybe it's not as related as the business thing we were going into, but it is still pretty cool to see how just getting into college, you find your group and you're able to just do things together, and that group expands. Let me say it's kind of like this, Let's take a line and then it goes up and down, the sound waves, microwave waves, anyways, it goes ups and down, right? Roller coaster. Because sometimes your group shrinks and then it gets bigger. For example, we had an activity, a dance you could say, and was able to go, and our group started out as 6, and then it expanded into be 10, 12 people. And it was just an awesome experience. I was probably a little too weird in the dance floor, but hey, I had fun. And so it's just cool to see how Just these little activities and going out and doing stuff can really get you lifelong companions, either be it forever companions or just your bros or girl bros. That's probably not the right word to say, but you know what I mean, like these people that you can just be around and be yourself. So good stuff. But just saying, have a good one. We be chilling.